JFD, just fair and direct.
Okay, hello and welcome everyone. Welcome to JFD Traders Tea Time with me, Darius Anucauskas. Today is the 25th of September 2020. So yep, welcome everyone. Welcome to this Friday's quick afternoon recap of some of the instruments that we looked at this morning, this week as well. So yep, before we do that, let's quickly have a read through our risk disclaimer. So, the content we produce does not constitute investment advice or investment recommendation, should not be considered as such, and does not in any way constitute an invitation to acquire any financial instrument or product. As always, a few seconds for you to read the rest and we can continue. Okay, so now then, also just before we jump into the charts, quick mentioning of our JFD YouTube channel, to which you can always subscribe to in order not to miss any of our upcoming videos, and of course our JFD Bank website, and specifically our JFD research page, which we also update on a daily basis. So yep, feel free to visit us here on jfdbank.com and click on the research tab right there on the top, guys. So now then, jumping into the charts, there we go. Jumping into the charts, quick update here on what's happening with the German DAX. The index is drifting lower. It's falling below this. It fell already, below this 12,505 territory, which I've mentioned this morning and yesterday as well. And what I was saying, that if we get a break below this, then yes, of course, lower levels could be met. Initially, we will aim for that 200-day EMA, or slightly below that, we do have the 12,254 level marked by the lowest point of July here. So again, or actually not the lowest point of July, the low of the 30th of July. There we go. So, but as you can see, basically it worked out nicely here in terms of reaching this 200-day EMA. We'll take that. It was a beautiful move here. So now probably we're just gonna leave it, and we'll resume on Monday. We'll see what it has got installed here for us for next week. But at the moment, if we are judging from the picture that we're seeing currently, of course, all this is not looking good here for the index, especially if it starts falling below the 200-day EMA. So also what you could do here today is keep an eye on that one and see where this index is going to close today. For now, we're not far from this 200-day EMA, so let's see where this index is going to close today. Dow Jones Industrial Average. Now, I haven't looked at this one for quite a while, and basically the index also continues to slide here. Now, previously, a while ago, I talked about this level here, the 27,580 zone, which, as you can see, acted as a good area of support initially. But then, yep, what I was saying, that if we get a drop below this, then yep, further declines are possible, maybe towards this 200-day EMA. And it seems that it almost worked out nicely, because we didn't really quite reach the 200-day EMA, just fell shy of a few points from reaching it. But to be honest, it has been a great move here. So what we're going to do now is, even though we could see a bit of a correction here to the upside, and the reason why I'm saying correction, because we are still kind of balancing, or should I say trading below this downside line here, let me just put this one on the chart, taken from the high of the 3rd of September. So in other words, if this index decides to correct higher, yes, it may travel to the upside here, but we'll be very careful near this downside line. And if this downside line does provide good resistance, again, another round of selling here could be possible. So that's why for now, guys, be very careful. Let's see how this is going to end up being today, end up trading today. Currently, the cash index is balancing near the 26,725 zone, so basically still around here, not far from where it closed yesterday. But the most important is that it's still above the 200-day EMA. Now, even if, let's say, it decides not to correct lower straight away and decides to move lower first, then yep, let's keep an eye on this 200-day EMA, because if that could provide support, now maybe from here we will get that little correction here to the upside. For now, we are keeping an eye on this one, and of course we'll keep an eye on this downside line, because we need to see a break of this downside line in order to get a little bit more excited with higher levels. Until then, as long as that downside line remains intact, there's still a chance for this one to move lower. However, from the short-term perspective, like I said, keep your eyes on this 200-day EMA. Let's see if it can continue to provide support. Now jumping into another index, quick update here. So dollar index, this is what I was talking about this morning, was that in a way this morning we were still hanging around here somewhere during the espresso video, and what I was saying that in a way there is a chance for this one to move lower, given the fact that yesterday the index, the dollar index here, failed to kind of overcome this downside line. But what I was saying as well, that if by any chance it starts reversing back up here and still the bulls will be in charge here, then keep your eyes on this downside line and keep your eyes on this 94.65 level, which is marked by the low of the 9th of March, or in other words, the lowest point of March. Now, previously that area acted as a good support. Now it could take the role of resistance. So if we get a nice good break above it, then yes, this may change the current trend here, and potentially more buyers could be joining in. So keep your eyes on this one very carefully, and also don't exclude a possibility of seeing maybe a false breakout today. So if we get a nice pop above it, then of course it will be interesting to see if this daily candle will actually remain above this downside line. If it does not, then, well, I mean, maybe actually this scenario here of a possible move back down here could work out, but we'll see next week. Gold is also reacting to the fact that the US dollar is pushing higher. Gold is getting a move lower, and this is what I was talking about this morning, about this 1877 territory, which is the high of yesterday. And what I was saying, that if the commodity struggles to overcome this area, then we may see a nice reversal here back down. And as you can see, so far that's exactly what's happening. Again, what I was saying as well, that if you want to be a little bit more on the safe side, wait for a drop below this 100-day EMA and below this 1848 territory right here, which is also the low of last week and currently the lowest point of this week. Sorry, not low, the low of yesterday and currently the lowest point of last week. There we go, managed to get this one right finally. So keep your eyes on these two levels, guys. I mean, if the commodity stays in this little area here today, then maybe the whole excitement could come in the beginning of next week, as it was the case this week, when on Monday the precious metal kind of sold off heavily. So again, I'll pick up on that on Monday. Ripple, quick update here. This morning I talked about this one, and everything is kind of working out nicely here for Ripple. The crypto is pushing higher. It's making its way above the 0.2357 territory. Now, if it stays here today, then maybe yes, we are ready here to see this idea working out, which I've mentioned in the beginning of this week. That in a way we could travel lower, test this upside support line, or the area near this upside support line, and then move higher. For now, we will be very careful here. We'll keep an eye on today's candle, and if it stays here today, then yes, we could consider a bit of a move further north here towards this downside resistance line taken from the high of the 17th of August. So keep your eyes on that one. AUD/NZD continues to slide after it broke this upside support line taken from the low of the 18th of March, which I've mentioned a while ago, and now yes, it's kind of almost reaching one of my targets here, the 1.0718 level, marked by the low of the 3rd of August, or in other words, the lowest point of August. You can see that the rate is currently getting a hold up here, but if that gets broken, then of course the next target is this 200-day EMA, together with this 1.0672 level marked by the low of the 27th of July. So keep your eyes on that one. USDCH chef also is pushing higher. continues to move higher, and this morning I talked about this pair, and what I was saying that initially what I'm going to be aiming here for probably will be this 100-day EMA, just to see how it's going to play out today, and what to probably expect from this next week. If we get a nice strong move above this and we see the daily candle remaining above this area, above this 100-day EMA, then well, of course, higher levels could be met here, but of course be very careful, because overall we're still trading below this downside line taken from the high of the 23rd of March. Now, in terms of downside for this one, probably we would like to see maybe a drop back below the 0.92 territory right here, and then consider a move lower. Until then, we might remain from the short-term perspective, the upside is the more likely scenario for now. GBP Aussie at a very interesting spot right now. So after finding good support near this 1.7562 territory, just let me show you what that level was. That was basically that is the lowest point of July of 2019, and then yes, the pair kind of reversed back to the upside, traveled higher, but currently getting a hold up near this short-term downside line taken from the high of the 21st of August. Now, if by any chance the pair is able to climb further north above this downside line, then of course increases the chances for a possible move towards the high of the 4th of September, or in other words, the current highest point of September near the 1.8288 zone, or towards the highest point of August near the 1.8411 territory, somewhere around here, guys. But again, we need that strong move above this downside line first. And finally, EURUSD, so good move lower this morning. What I was saying, that still the downside scenario is the more likely one, and you can see that it's working out nicely here. The pair is drifting lower. It's approaching yesterday's low here, and let me just mark this one on the chart. It's approaching yesterday's low, the 1.1626 zone. Now, this is how you could kind of play it safe. Basically, a nice good drop below it may increase the chances for this pair to drift further south towards the 1.1570 territory, or this 100-day EMA shown as the green line. So for now, like I said, this is the game plan. So guys, I really hope you found it useful. Thank you very much for watching and listening, and I really appreciate your time, guys. Really kind of thank you very much for joining in. If you want to catch my video on Monday in my Traders Espresso, as always, 6 o'clock GMT time. But for now, guys, I hope you have a wonderful weekend. Stay safe, and I'll see you later. Thank you very much, and bye-bye.